is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee, and I want to ask you: are you ever frustrated with uploading a video to YouTube and you get no views? I know I was when I first started. If you're a music artist and you have your own podcast or your content creator, look no further. Wham Promotions has gotten you covered. They specialize in high-end targeted YouTube campaigns that deliver real views, real subscribers, and most importantly, real growth. So if you're struggling with real organic YouTube growth, I'm here to tell you to go on Wham Promotions and use the promo code GAUDS and receive 20% when you check out. Tell them Ray sent you, you got 20% off. Let's go, guys. I'm looking to see you guys on the charts. Let's go.
Hey, I'm Rocki Jean.
And this is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee, and welcome to the GAUDs Show. Before we get into a like, share, subscribe, that type of stuff is important, and I'm a YouTuber, so I have to learn to say that. So like, share, subscribe if you're listening. But Rocki, today we have a very, very, very special guest. This guy leads New Birth Missionary Baptist Church with over 10,000 members in Metro Atlanta. But if you're from Atlanta, you know he's from the East Side. Under his leadership, the church paid off $1.2 in medical debt for local families, grew national influence through over 500,000 followers across all social media platforms. And the most important thing is he's Baltimore's own.
That's right.
Let's give it up for Pastor Jamal Bryant, everybody.
Listen.
Baltimore don't get enough love out here. We gotta put a light on Baltimore, man. Come on, man.
We
Baltimore
made
don't
it.
get no love. So first off, when I was we was in a chat together, and you know, I'm in the music business, so I'm gonna start it like this. A friend of mine came to me and said to me, Ray, I know we can make some real quick money. And I'm like, how? He said, bro, it's wide open in gospel music. And I'm like, I don't want that money. And he's like, why? I said, I just don't want to. I don't want to make money off of God's name. I'm sorry. He was like, no, everybody do it. I'm like, yeah, but I don't think I have enough currency in God's eyes. I don't have enough currency. So I always stayed away from it. So when I look at you, I'm going to say this. I think that when people think of pastor, they don't think of mega pastors. Right. So you are a mega pastor. So what's the difference between a regular pastor and a mega pastor?
Okay, but I want to go back to your first statement.
Go ahead.
It ain't no money in gospel music.
No, but them fees, but he was a gospel producer.
And he ain't making no money. That's why he was coming to you. Gospel music is the only genre where you can stay on the charts for 4 years. Right now, Kirk Franklin got 3 songs on the top 20 with no album.
Incredible.
Because gospel music likes tradition. So they're going to keep playing the same thing over and over and over again without any new reverb. Ain't no remix to Amazing Grace.
Do you guys have a playlist? Because I want to listen to gospel music at times, but I'm not gonna. I don't be knowing it. Yes. So like, you know,
I'm gonna send you a playlist.
My gospel list still has Never Would Have Made It on it. And Kirk Franklin,
I
sing because I'm
and
happy.
How old is that? And how old is
20-something years. But I want some new stuff, man. Can I get some new? I want a playlist from you.
That's my point.
Yes, you actually
playing the same thing over and over again.
You actually should have a playlist that you have where rappers from the Christian world could be on it. You have to, like, when you have so much influence that it's so many things you could do to help these gospel artists be bigger. We can help make some money. I'll help you with that. If you ever need some help, I can help you make money.
Oh, then now you're talking.
Can I,
yeah, let's do it. I'm in.
Can I ask you about when people do remakes of like songs but make them gospel?
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
I think it's great, but the reality is people in the street don't want to come to the church and hear the street. It is church people's attempt to be cool.
Okay.
Outside of church.
They don't look cool?
Outside of church.
That's really good.
Yeah, so I think that's the disconnect. The scripture says you're in the world, but you're not of it. And so I love to hear remixes. I think that is great. It's cool. But when people are coming in from the streets, they don't want nothing to remind them of that. They want their grandmother's church. They want the choir in robes. They want deacons on the front row. They want an old lady with the fan. Where the fans at?
Is it because they put their mind back into the streets? Why they don't
I
want
think
to
so,
hear?
because the church is trying to bring them out of it.
Got you.
And that's where that tension is. That's why I think it is so hard for Christian rappers to break through. There's a lot of gifted Christian rappers who can't get a stance because people in the street think they corny and people who are in the church think they're trying to assimilate.
Yeah.
And so they get lost in the crossfire with stray bullets. But it's a lot of great gifted gospel rappers who deserve an ear and a chance.
Got you. Okay.
That's crazy. You know what? I gotta just start. I'm gonna just say it. You make being a pastor look cool, man.
I'm trying.
By the way, I hope you are, because to be honest, I feel like the black church has now competing with urban culture. So where when I was a kid, like what God said was the only thing that mattered, right? Like Tupac wasn't a prophet to us. Like he was when he died, but when we was a kid, he was just a good rapper and he had a great heart and we loved him, but we didn't look to him for how to live our life. We knew that was the church was the structure that we was following. And it feels like now urban culture has had a bigger influence on black people than church culture.
Yes.
Why is that?
So I grew up with Tupac in Baltimore. A lot of you all in California lying, acting like he's from LA. He's from West Baltimore.
Let's go.
He went to the Baltimore School for the Arts.
Wow.
And what a lot of people don't know is he went to Clark Atlanta University for a semester.
I didn't know that.
I know it. So we came down together. I went to Morehouse. He went to Clark. We got to homecoming.
Hold on.
Yes.
You got to just let's reset a little bit, because you sound like we went to school together, but you like we came down. Hold on, what's the extent of you and?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to tell you.
Please, this is
I'm
great.
getting ready to tell you. Yeah, so he went to Clark for a semester. I'm at Morehouse. Digital Underground came and performed. He volunteered to be a roadie and dropped out of Clark, and that's how he got into LA. That's the real story.
You hear it here first, guys. You hear it here. That's incredible.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. And I'm a
when-
Tupac fan.
So when Digital Underground came to Clark for homecoming, he rapped for them, trying to get on, and they said, "Come on and travel with
As
us."
soon as we done, I'm calling Shaka Zulu
Call
and
him.
the whole family, because
Call
I'm gonna
him.
tell them how y'all went to Clark and nobody ever said Pac was Clark Elimina. That's crazy.
Yeah, they need to give him an honorary degree.
Yes.
Yeah. What was you asking me? We got lost in
I'm
Tupac.
sorry. I'm like, that was so good.
Yes, but he was a prophet. So
Yes.
a lot of people disconnect because of the gangster motif on Death Row Records, but he was raised by Black Panthers.
Yeah, I knew that.
So the Black Panthers gave him that sense of consciousness, that sense of community awareness. That's where it is that he got all of his reading, his books, his philosophy. He got then with Suge Knight, and so the tension of black men. Is it to be a revolutionary or is it to be a hustler? And that fight is in every black man in America.
Yeah.
On which one do you pull? So it's keep your head up.
Yeah. It's both. Yeah, you're right.
It's both of those. And so when he took on the role of priest in the film, he never came out of character.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Bishop. You said priest. Yeah,
Yes.
Bishop. Yeah, Bishop.
Yeah, so he adopted that character.
Yeah.
He was an actor at School for the Arts. Yeah. And so he adopted that full thing, wearing the bandana. The whole thing came out of that character, and he stayed in it. So that's why people think he's from LA.
So when you come down to Atlanta, is being a part of the church your thing, or you just trying to figure out what you want to do? Was that always the goal?
When I went to Atlanta, I'm gonna show my age.
Yeah.
I went to Morehouse only because Dr. King went there.
Of course.
Wasn't no website. Wasn't no pamphlet. I didn't know what Morehouse looked like.
Yes.
I just knew Dr. King went there.
And I knew School Days was filmed there.
And I knew School Days was
rooted
Let me
on
tell
it.
you a funny story.
Yep.
So I had a part in the middle of my head from School Days. I used to play the trumpet.
Oh, me too.
Did you?
Yes.
Ebony, listen.
Rocki.
I'm calling you my Rocki. I knew we was connected.
Right there. Yeah.
From 4th grade, my whole life.
Really?
Yep.
I was from 6 to 12.
Trumpet.
Playing the trumpet.
You know, it was a trumpet player,
And I was
right?
first chair.
You was playing the trumpet?
I wish. No musical, nothing.
So let me
Quincy
tell you
Jones.
this. Wait a minute, you messing up the
Go ahead,
trumpet
go ahead,
story.
tell us.
So let me tell you this. So I got to Morehouse. There was no jazz band.
Oh, man.
So they just wanted me in the marching band. I couldn't put the uniform on.
I feel you. They're
So
very
I dropped the
uncomfortable.
trumpet there.
Why?
Why?
Why you couldn't put the uniform on?
No, it wasn't for me.
They put you in the straightest, ugliest, most
wasn't for me.
colorful with all the tassels.
Add to the ensemble.
I couldn't wear the top hat. It was messing up my whole vibe. So
I love that.
You know what's crazy? The first trumpet my parents ever got me was a Desi Gillespie.
No way.
So I was the only person in band with the horn
where
going
is
up
it?
like that. I don't have it anymore.
You gotta find it.
I wish I could.
It's not at your parents' house.
No, life happened.
For all, I don't know where. I wouldn't be able to play it if you gave it to me
Right.
today. Back to the interview. I'm sorry.
No, it's great. I love this. I ain't
Yes.
gonna lie. You're probably the coolest pastor I've ever met. I see that. The question was originally, what's the difference between a mega church pastor and a regular pastor?
Yes.
And I think you explained it in the last 3 minutes, just hearing you talk. It's a big thought you have to have.
Yeah, so I think people have a skewed opinion of mega pastors from
Yeah.
watching shows like Greenleaf.
Yes.
So they think every mega pastor got a private plane, living in a mansion, and got butlers. The reality is what most people ignore. Most churches in America only have 50 members.
Exactly.
87% of all preachers are bivocational. So they preaching on Sunday and delivering mail Monday through Friday. They driving trucks.
Oh, wow.
They teach in school. It is only
Everybody.
a small number. It may be, off my head, nationally, 4 preachers with a plane. And
Really?
black preachers. But people just assume
assume every
is
mega church
ball
got
till
one.
you fall.
Yeah.
No, that's not the case at all. So in reality, if the average church in America is 50 members, a church that has 500 is a mega church. Yeah.
Wow. I never knew that.
Yeah, but people have it skewed. So none of us grew up in no mega church.
Yeah.
And what I would say to you that's really going to open your eyes on it is mega churches is younger than hip hop. So hip hop is 50 years old. Black mega churches is 40.
Who's the first?
One would be Fred Price. Yeah, so he was the first black preacher to be
And where was he
national
based
in
at?
L.A.
How
So-
do you feel about people talking about wealth in the church? Like when pastors have luxury cars and all that, like, do you feel like though they're taking from their people, like they could give back more?
Yeah, I only hear that in black churches.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you how many white pastors got a plane,
Yeah.
but it's never an issue.
That's so good.
How many white pastors
Have you
a
been
mansion?
in the white churches?
That
to
was
hear-
so good. I gotta give you. You need to go to politics, bro. You flipped it so good. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, so
Go ahead.
I think that
Like, have you been around the white churches and had the conversations?
So I used to be on white Christian television. I was in white evangelical circles. I preached with Benny Hinn for years. They cut me off from Christian television the first time Trump ran. And I supported Hillary Clinton
Why?
because they said Trump was God's man.
Oh, okay.
For me to do that, they thought was a betrayal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't been on white Christian television since Trump won the first time.
Okay.
But I think Al Sharpton said something, was one of my mentors. He said to me years ago, I don't care what kind of car you drive, what matters to me is where you drive the car to. So if you are driving the car to the place where people are in pain, where there is an issue, then salute. But if you're driving away from the community, that's where it is that we have a problem. And the double standard is, me and you've known each other 10 minutes. You have never walked away from your doctor's office and asked yourself, I wonder what kind of car my doctor drives.
True.
You've never left the dentist and said to yourself, I wonder where my dentist lives.
Nope.
It's only in the church construct that we wonder about, are you successful and at what level? And so it is a disconnect because in any other profession, my income would not be an issue. If I have a bachelor's from Morehouse, a master's from Duke, and a doctorate from Oxford University, nobody would say to me, oh man, you didn't work hard. You paid your dues. You stayed up at night. You wrote the papers. You defended your dissertation.
Do you feel like people lack the, or should I say, do you think people don't look at it as a profession versus a service?
Yes. So I'll say to that, there is no preacher in America who makes as much money as the CEO of Red Cross, who does service.
Right.
Right? Yes,
Right, yeah.
right? Yeah, that's a service industry. Nobody wonders about what is the house of the woman who's the CEO of Planned Parenthood.
Nobody cares.
There's no pastor that is in that eclipse. But black people are adversarial around success, and it doesn't matter what form it's in. It's just a higher level if it is in ministry. So right now, if he interviews Floyd Mayweather, right now, take me out, it's going to be 50 people on there saying, why does he have 20 cars? There will be not one comment on this is the first black man who has bought a block in Brooklyn. Jay-Z from Brooklyn. He ain't bought the block, but he a billionaire.
Yeah.
But we look at it different based off of where it is. So we don't know how to celebrate success because we always see success as competition.
And I'm glad you brought that up because there is a very limited mentality within our community. And it feels like, to me, I feels like we have to evolve, right?
Yes.
And the one thing that we don't do enough of is speak about the cost of business. Like everybody, I'm in the music business. Everybody wants to talk about how the masters and ownership. And I'm like, do you know how much the people cost? Do you know how much the building cost that it's in? Do you know how much it costs to maintain relationships?
Right.
And for me, I look at it like, listen, every human alive is serving. All of us are here to serve.
Yes.
The larger amount of people you serve, more than likely, the more money you make. That's anything in the world.
But the responsibility different for the pastor. And I think where there's a pushback is more often than not in the church, you only hear to give, but you never hear how to gain. So my responsibility is, how do I teach the members of my church to invest in stock market if 87% of black people don't own any stock? Part of my responsibility as pastor is to teach you not just how to tithe, but how do you save.
Yes. And I was going to say, because earlier when you said how it's only in the white community, I feel like, you know, if the average family income for a white person is $250,000 versus the black family being $10,000, you're kind of mad. You know what I'm saying? You're like, well, we're hurt over here. The white people, if they're not hurt, they're not looking at that.
Well, part of it is classism in the church. So the church has created a false premise that your only way through success is through the academy. And they forget Jesus was a blue-collar worker. So no church that I've been to that's black who claims to love Jesus has ever told their young men to go into carpentry. None of them had told them how to be longshoremen. These are the occupations of the disciples. And so I think that we've got to get out of our heads. The only way for you to be a success is to be a lawyer and a doctor and an engineer, because we're throwing away a whole lot of brothers who have a skill set, have a capacity, but the church is not celebrating how it is that you have a work ethic.
Quick question. How does it work? Because you took over Bishop Eddie Long's church.
Yes.
Do you now become leaseholder, or is it just I'm the pastor at his church? Like, is it your church? Is it like his church, his family church? You preached it? Okay, how does that work?
A lot of people don't realize Bishop Long didn't start New Birth.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So
I'm from the South Side. I grew up 8 minutes from Creflo, so that was our guy. But the East Side.
He made it known, but he is not the founder. So it don't belong to me. It doesn't belong to Bishop Long's family. The Bible says, upon this rock I build my church. So after I'm gone, there's going to be a pastor after me.
And they're going to take over the same position, same amount of responsibility, everything you have.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah, but my responsibility in creating, to go back to our earlier point, is the pastor who comes after me should not have to deal with the debt I have.
Yes. So how does that work?
It should make it easier.
Got you. Okay, meaning in handing him something that's in the positive working.
I want to hand him a debt-free church.
Or her.
Or her. Thank you.
Ebony,
on behalf of my wife and my sister,
yes,
thank you.
Please.
Or her.
Yeah.
I want to thank you. You just freed
trust me. You thank me. I mean, I thank you for throwing me the alley-oop. I saw it.
Just helped me.
That was good.
I'm going to be able to get home tonight. Thank you. No, if him or her, they should have an easier way than what I have.
I'm going to ask you a question. I think that, like Pastor Bryant, my main goal is to help the black family get prosperity. But it feels like we're torn as a community, right? So like when you brought up the economics, right? Everything is economics. So when you speak about white pastors, you're right. They don't, when we're giving our money to the black church, this is all we got. You know, they have, it's economics at the end of the day. So let's focus on that. What would you say, first of all, let's look at politics. Do you think all black people should be Democrats?
No. I think that we have to have somebody on both sides.
Got you.
That somebody has to be lobbying for us. I want somebody black in Trump's ear. I want somebody black in the administration, but I don't want them to get there and forget their community.
And also I was going because it feels like, it's like this person is in power, so there needs to be conversation to be had, but it's almost like we're ostracized by our community from sitting with the man. It's like we have to sit with him because he controls a lot of things that affect our lives, but and by the way, I just see so many people killing men that are, and I'm like, we have to have somebody.
You got to have somebody there, and that's why the Democratic Party takes us for granted, is because we line up without making any demands. Black women are the most consistent demographic voting bloc in America. That's how Obama got elected twice. That's how Joe Biden got elected, is because black women been on the front line.
Yeah.
But I think as we're seeing the reemergence of America, that black people are going to ask more questions. The reality is, in the last election, 9 million eligible black people didn't go vote. I'm not talking about people with a record.
Yeah.
9 million eligible people didn't go vote because they didn't think that their vote makes a difference or an impact. And so it's our responsibility to show why voting matters and what's at stake.
Love that. You have a statement. By the way, I have some research done, so I'm going to just throw stuff at you.
All right.
You said Malcolm X made MLK a better leader. How so?
Because he challenged him. You cannot be a heavyweight champion without a fight.
Yes.
Right? And so Malcolm X made Dr. King sharpen his philosophy on nonviolence. He had to answer why. You understand?
Yeah.
The reality is historians after us will have to admit Farrakhan made Jesse Jackson better.
Yes.
Because he questioned him.
Yes.
My mentor, Reverend Sharpton, is an amazing leader. He's not a heavyweight champion because he hadn't had a heavyweight fight. So Reverend Sharpton hadn't had to fight nobody.
Yeah.
You know? He just come through. You got to have somebody to press your metal up against in order to prove what is your weight and what it is that you stand on.
Got to be tested.
You got to be tested.
Do you have someone that's testing you?
Oh, listen. Every day.
You just smile. Like, I want to know that.
Every day. I just don't want to give them validity
You
right
want to give them
now.
the light. You want to give
I
them the
don't
light.
want to give them
You don't
light.
gotta say no names.
Oh, yeah. No,
But you got a couple.
Yeah, every day.
I always got something to say.
Every day I'm hustling. Yeah, whenever you are at a place.
What's the biggest challenge you're facing?
Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, I had people holding up my picture in the White House.
Heard about that.
Yeah, they had a Black History Month program in the White House, and Black Republicans were holding up posters, but they only held up posters of my face after they announced the confirmation of the new FBI head. So they announced the new FBI head, lifted up my picture, and started chanting, "Hold him accountable." What? So people who love me, people who are in my corner, were concerned. It's like, hey, man.
Why do you think they did that?
Well, that's what I'm getting to. Because why not hold up Jasmine Crockett picture? She in Congress. Hold up Hakeem Jeffries. He the most powerful man there. Jim Clyburn. Hold up Reverend Sharpton picture. But whenever it is that you go against the white economic structure, that's when you become a real threat. White America don't care about speeches. They care about the cash register. And so what I say to people all the time is they've never bombed the NAACP office. They've never bombed the Urban League office. They've never bombed the Rainbow Push office. They bombed Black Wall Street. Whenever black people understand their economic strength,
yes,
that's when you become a threat. So there's people preaching all day, every day. But when you start dealing with shifting the economy and the stock market and the white corporate structure, that's when it's a different kind of heat that comes on you.
They always say MLK became the target when he started targeting economics. When he was targeting equality, it was cool.
Yeah,
you just want to be one of us.
About no water
when exactly, we just want to drink. We want to use the same bathroom. It's cool. But the minute that he started switching his conversation to asking about economics and everything, he really became the enemy, the quiet enemy. He was the loud enemy. When you're the loud enemy, usually safe. It's when you piss somebody off quietly.
Snipers.
Yeah. Exactly.
At Rosa Parks.
At the bus ride. They don't care about the bus. They don't care about that.
But when it is that you collapse an entire economic system, Fred Hampton was killed, rest in peace, from the Black Panthers in Chicago because he was building a coalition of Latino and Black people. Dr. King was killed in 1968 because he was organizing the Poor People's Campaign that brought in white poor people from the Appalachian Mountains, from Mississippi, from Tennessee. And when they understood that there's a bigger issue at stake than black and white, the bigger issue was green. So I'm a staunch, diehard Democrat, and everybody, including me, talked about the loss of Kamala Harris and reduced it to a black issue. What nobody is discussing is how much was at stake from those who carry weight in Bitcoin.
Yes.
Kamala Harris was coming because it is unregulated to wipe away Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And that was an economic issue. You are in the industry, you got to ask who paid for Nelly and Snoop? Bitcoins.
Yes.
They paid them, not a check.
Yes.
They gave them the currency of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
We still talking about Cash App.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother issue.
To be honest with you, the most if obviously I'm doing this interview, but the one thing that I wanted to talk about more than anything was black economics.
Yes.
Because you came from nothing.
Yes.
And became something. Yeah. And there are some people, and the only reason I know that is because I came from nothing and became something. There is a mentality of the people down there. Right, there's a resentment. There is a almost like you think you're better than us, and it's just feelings that we're projecting on ourselves from within ourselves. So I'm asking you, if you can give, you are a community leader. If you can give the black community 3 directives that you think will absolutely change the trajectory of us economically, what would those be?
No, this is the bonus track before I give you the 3.
Okay.
the bonus track is we're the only ethnicity in the world that celebrates maintaining.
Ooh. I wish I had a bomb right now.
You walk in a barbershop, how you doing? Maintaining.
Yep.
And so maintaining or the status quo is celebration for oppressed people.
Not falling.
No.
That's great. I never thought about that.
No, that I'm holding the line.
So I ain't gonna lie, man. If that was just the prequel to the 3,
yes,
I gotta hit a 3 because that's ill.
Yeah, that's number 1. That was the bonus track. Let's go on side A of the cassette.
Okay.
Is the black church is responsible for gentrification?
No.
Yes.
They are?
Black church is responsible for gentrification.
I don't know that. I'm learning.
I'm going to tell you why. Because black churches are in the hood, watches the houses foreclose and never bought them. So we allow white people to come in and turn them into coffee shops. So the church
my legs shaking. I'm like, yeah, look boy, that leg. I'm like, keep going, go.
Yeah, so the church is responsible because we should be buying up all of that property, even if you under prosperity. Buy the block.
Yeah.
But
let the church do it.
Let the church members use it for, like Creflo bought the whole Old National between Pleasantdale Road and Flashos. Creflo owns the right side. Like
what you were saying earlier.
What's on it?
He has warehouses. He has 2 churches.
Yes.
He has schools. He has everything. He literally
he got everything except stuff for economic development.
Boom. Why? Okay.
I was gonna say, can they afford?
I'm like, now I see why my mother-in-law wanted to be here. Let's go. I now understand, Mom.
Yeah. So I'm saying it, not throwing shade. New Birth is the largest land-owning black church in America.
Really?
I'm sitting on 365 acres, and I couldn't understand how on 365 acres all I got is a church and a gym. So I said to my members, what are we saying to the church?
Yeah.
What are we saying to the community? This is where you shout, and this is where you play.
Yep.
but this is not where you build.
Yep, it's not.
Yeah, so and this is why this is the largest generation that don't go to church.
And that's why I'm really getting at.
Because they don't see the value. And let me show you how broken we are. How broken we are. In no other ethnicity do you go to entertainers to ask them about policy. So CNN bringing in Killer Mike and T.I., who are brilliant guys, but you ain't talking to the Rolling Stones about immigration.
We the only
You
community
ain't talking about to the Red Hot Chili Peppers on what's happening with the stock market.
I'm on YouTube going in. What's good, everybody? This is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee. And if you were wondering who this beautiful woman sitting next to me is my sister Tiffany Daniels Sy. Let's give it up for my sister. Everybody can clap. This is good. And my sister she's the most talented person in the family, and we started a family business, a signature scent company. So if you like smoke a lot of weed in your car and you want to get the scent out, you have to check out these scents. I know guys that use it for the weed. I know people that use it for cologne, and everywhere they go to get compliments. We make candles. We make
room sprays. We got them in kits. So if you want to buy something for your loved one or anybody that you care about, hit us up, LorraineCo.com.
And we're going to put the website at the bottom of it. But support this black business, support this black woman, and order, I promise you guys. As a matter of fact, use the word GAUDs and we'll give you 15% off. I just made that up, so if my sister's face looks crazy, don't get mad at her. I'll eat that. But guys, when I tell you this shit is incredible, you really should check this out.
The best scents ever.
LorraineCo.com. And we'll put it at the bottom of the screen. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yes. I looked at that because I'm like, stop celebrating celebrities.
No,
their life is not yours.
I think that they are standing in the gap. Their success is evidence of the black church's failure.
I was about
by
to say
virtue of the
like
fact that most of our young people will know them, but not know the pastors.
Period.
And so pastors have gotten laryngitis, so that it is hard for us to say, who's the pastor that's championing for reparations?
Yes.
You got me?
No,
and there's somebody doing it, somebody for it, but it's in the Underground Railroad. So the first one is stopping gentrification.
Wait, before you move on, because you were
Yes.
saying earlier about man, where was I at? Oh, about buying the block.
Yes.
If these people are having part-time jobs later in the week, when you're saying not too many pastors can even like afford being a pastor, like how can they?
I'm not asking the pastor to do it, the church.
The church.
But they
So
can do it.
it's in cooperative economics. So here's the
Group
reality
economics. That's
is,
how I was going to go. Go ahead.
Yeah, so in cooperative economics, you are looking at what is the price of the house after the block been gentrified. When that house is foreclosed, it ain't worth $200,000. I'm talking about houses in the hood.
Yeah.
I got
We
you.
over here in Buckhead. Get this out of your head.
Okay.
Go ahead, preach.
You got to take her
You
to
a
the
preacher.
SWAT.
I love it.
Yeah. You got to take her to the SWAT. So I'm saying the houses, and how did we get it to the place to allow it to foreclose? So you got grandma's house, who went to that church for 40 years. We buried grandma. The kids should have went to Pastor Jones and said, we can't keep it. Can the church take this over? So imagine if our mindset changes. I'm going to take Mother Jones's house. The kids can't take it no more. And I'm going to put in, I don't know, teenage mother till she get on her feet.
Exactly.
But you can only stay in here for 2 years.
I'm gonna say okay. That's
Yeah.
how you do that? I got you.
You got grants that can help it do it. But we got to think outside of the traditional mindset of it.
We got to, it's almost like we rely on God to fix it. When I reference this all the time. Pursuit of happiness.
Yeah.
The part where Will Smith and his son is talking, he's like, the man believed in God, and his boat sunk, and a boat came, and he was like, hey man, you want some help? And he was like, no, I'm good. God got me.
Right.
The 3 boats came, and then the man drowned. He gets to heaven, and he's like, God, why you didn't save me? He said, I sent you 3 boats, fool.
Yeah.
It's like we're not
couldn't
thinking to save ourselves. It's almost like manifestation. I'm just gonna pray about it. No, you're gonna have to pray, pray, then work again, then keep praying. It's working simultaneously. So
Frederick Douglass has my favorite quote, who's also from Maryland. Frederick Douglass said, I got more prayers answered when I get off my knees. And a lot of us just want to pray, but we don't want to get up and do the work.
yes.
And part of our responsibility is to get up after you pray and go after it.
So gentrification, I love where you're going. So gentrification.
Yes.
Second one was?
Second one is education. The Bible says people die from a lack of knowledge. All right. So what is the emergency plan if they're banning books, if they're saying that you're going to lose funding if you teach Black history, if remedial education is going to be underfunded, Department of Education is now being dismantled. What happens to special needs kids? And in every church, whether it's a mega church or St. John Missionary or Allen AME, in every church we got retired teachers. And there's an old thing out. I don't know how old y'all are.
45.
45?
38.
38. You too young. You will be old enough to know. There's an old thing that we used to have. You ain't never heard of it before, called Sunday school.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
I know about that.
I like how you set it up. Like,
Yeah, so Sunday school used to not be taught by preachers or deacons. Those was taught by teachers. So we sitting in a semicircle. Johnny, you read verse 16. Lisa, you read verse 18. Timmy, you read verse 19. It wasn't about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. She was trying to see, can you make a subject and a predicate agree? Are you able to enunciate the prefix and the suffix and help walking us through it? There was no reason for us to go verse by verse.
Yeah.
But Vacation Bible School wasn't about coloring Noah's Ark. It was, how do I get that proficiency that I wasn't getting in the school year? The average Black student is 2 years behind in their reading level. And now it is 3 to 4 years behind because of COVID.
Oh, man.
We left homeschooling to Black parents who didn't even go to PTA.
Right.
Yeah. So kids know how to work on tablets and know how to work on phones, but don't know how to read, don't know how to write, and we just pass them through the system without anything. So there's got to be something in terms of what is our real educational system. Malcolm X said, it is a poor slave that leaves their child to be educated by their oppressor. Every Jewish child got to go to the synagogue on Saturday to learn their history, their rites of passage, their bar mitzvah. You become a man at 12 in the Jewish community when you are able to recite all of the Jewish history. There's no rites of passage for Black boys. You become a man in the Black community when you get some for the first time. You got to get some and get some money. Now you a man.
I was 16. I was a man, boy. I'm just playing.
Yes, I'm going to leave that right there. Yes, but there's got to be an educational system, an education of who it is that we are, an educational system on what is the system. The reality is we're not teaching economics because of financial literacy, because of emotional incompetency.
Preach.
And understanding that we're only learning Black History Month for 28 days.
Well, we used to. Apparently, we're done now.
Now it's out of order. And so going back to the Black church, I'm still on the point. The Black preacher is the only profession where you don't have to be certified.
Oh, wow.
It's the only profession you don't got to be certified. You just get up and say, I'm a preacher. Your accountant has got to go every year to go get recertification. Your gynecologist got to go get a license every year to make sure that they understand all the trends, all the technology. The preacher graduated from seminary and still preaching a 25-year-old gospel with no insight, no revelation. So we got to make education a part of it. Third one is really dismantling the system. What the evangelicals did is strategic, is that they raise people to run for office, right? I am embarrassed. He got to be embarrassed more than me and you.
Why am I?
I'm from Baltimore. I'm going to tell you why you should be embarrassed. You should be embarrassed because Atlanta is called Wakanda. It's called the Black Mecca. And the school board of Atlanta is run by white women.
I did not know that.
There are more white women on Atlanta school board in 2025 than it was in 1975.
Wow.
Which is why y'all can't keep a superintendent, because the white women keep firing them. So we got to raise people up to run for the positions. All we look for is Mayor Dickens, Congressman John Lewis, Senator so-and-so. But it's the school board seats, it's the city council seats, it's the commissioner seats, and we got to start preparing people. Midterm elections are coming up in 2026, and y'all can drive all the way around Atlanta, and there's no voter registration sign. We vote, black people vote on personality. White people vote on policy.
Period.
So white evangelicals said to Donald Trump in closed door session, hey, hold us down on these two issues. Vote against abortion and vote against same-sex marriage.
We don't care about that. That's
Trump
what,
said,
yes.
fine, I'll do it.
Yep.
The question we got to ask, months later, what were the two things we demanded of Kamala Harris? Nothing. We were just grateful
We
to
just
have
have
somebody
that
in
looked
that.
like us.
So power conceives nothing without demand. We got to demand something when it is that we're going into these elections.
I just tell you something, bro. I'm one of your biggest fans, and
listen.
literally, I want you to listen because you're the pastor. I just need you, bro. Like, you are so on point, and it's so needed. And I'm just tired of seeing our community go down. And it's like, I know what the problem is. We don't have infrastructure. We don't understand infrastructure. We rather look good. It's not about looking good. It's about Jewish people made the sacrifices. The reason why Jewish people run this country, the money was, when they came from the Holocaust to America, they took the shit jobs. They took the jobs that no one wanted. That's why, and one of those jobs was the sewing in the fashion district. That was considered like below, like that was like you down there doing that.
Right.
But look what they wound up doing, controlling fashion. But they made their kids, they gave their kids three options: lawyer, doctor, or finance. You can, that's all you can do.
Yeah.
And I don't think we so focused on being happy. And it's like, it's not about, happiness is
Ain't even
important.
that. Looking happy.
Looking happy. Tell them, this is Pastor Bryant.
Yeah, it ain't even being happy. Imagine if you had brought me here 6 weeks ago and I said on this show, I am leading a boycott against Tesla. The community would have rose up on me and said, we ain't even driving Teslas. We can't afford Tesla. So we have appropriated finance. So everybody got behind Target.
Everybody.
Ain't no Negroes protesting outside of a Tesla dealership because we not driving that. But we all buying shampoo from Dr. Bronner's.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right.
Target.
That's
Now
right.
I got to go buy it online somewhere.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, so it is a matter of where do we appropriate where that success is and what it looks like for us.
So in today's world, do you think black people can be racist?
No, we don't have the power to be racist.
Racist is a power dynamic.
Yes.
Got it. It's not, because I looked at it like, you can be racist as a black person because racism is rooted in, your DNA, your nationality, those things, but it can't affect you. But I'm a kind of.
Do you have a sister?
Yeah,
Okay, so if your sister was in an abusive relationship, God forbid,
absolutely.
then was in another abusive relationship, God forbid, and your sister said to the family over Thanksgiving, with tears coming down her eyes while she's eating cranberry sauce, I don't like men. None of you all would think she was sexist. She sang out of her pain of abuse.
Her experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my feeling about white people.
Okay.
I love that.
Lay it out. I need to hear one.
Yeah.
I want to hear.
So it is based off of what my experience is. And the trauma and the abuse that I've had to endure, my family's had to endure, my bloodline has to endure. So sure, I'm sure there's some great white people out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
John Kennedy.
But for me, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I think our community is so frustrated because the one thing we're not focusing on is the one thing that can fix everything, which is us focusing on infrastructure to save our family. That because like right now, this is my problem. Like everybody complain about the kids. Mr. Pastor Brian, they're like, oh man, these kids they don't care, they don't listen. I'm like, we raised them.
Yes.
Like you act like we are like we telling our kids the same thing. You don't gotta listen to nobody. You can do what you want. And it's almost like we're not making them feel like they have to be a part of this economy that we all have to exist in this ecosystem. And like
86%, Ray, 86% of black businesses never become second generation. Because we don't train our children how to run the business. We just let them become the benefits of it. And so infrastructure is a luxury.
yeah,
You understand?
Agreed.
Infrastructure is synonymous with discipline. So how do I teach my children discipline, for example, in diet in a culture of Ozempic?
Exactly. But to me, it comes in your house, right?
I got it.
Okay.
But in the house, I need you to help me give the shot.
Because I got it.
No. I'm saying, what are you showing them is the discipline. I'm dealing with your infrastructure.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, you're right.
The child gave the parent the shot. The child never went with the parent to walk.
Right, to work out, to eat right.
Yeah, so when you building that infrastructure, we use that as a word, but that infrastructure only comes out of example. So my children have to watch me read, not just see me watch television.
What's good, y'all? This is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee, and I'm here to talk to you about YKTV magazine, which is the #1 magazine for prison entertainment. These prisoners are sitting in jail. They have nothing to do but read these magazines and read your ads, buy your music, support your business, anything that you can do that's online commerce. They already have published over 140 magazines with 36 major artists that have covered it, and I'm giving you an opportunity to advertise this magazine and get directly to an audience that you know has the time and the money to spend. Info at the bottom, info at the GAUDs Show. Holla at us, whether you're an artist, producer, whoever you are. We can help you with your business. Holla at us to get to YKTV. Yeah.
My children have to see me playing, not just watch me play video games.
Yeah.
So our children replicate what it is that we model. You understand? So that's why the overwhelming majority of preachers' kids don't go to church because they didn't see it modeled at home.
Got it.
They just heard it at church.
And they saw who daddy or mommy really was when they got home.
So you would think I have a biblical infrastructure. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't have a biblical infrastructure. I had just had a church schedule.
Yes.
But I didn't have a spiritual infrastructure. So the question you got to ask yourself is, how often do my children see me pray, drum roll, when food's not involved?
The whole room. Guilty. It's real talk. It's literally that.
Yeah, that's the infrastructure. So when we talk about economics or you're talking about politics, I'm on the other side of 50. I was of the age you didn't answer the phone during dinner.
Yeah, for sure.
That you had conversations about your day.
Yes.
What did Miss Jones say? Who was nice to you in the cafeteria?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Who was mean to you? Why you ain't saying nothing at lunch?
Yeah.
Somebody picking on you. We were having actual conversations.
Yeah.
We are now under a paper bag generation. So we're going to pick up something on the way home and eat it in the car. We don't even use the dining room table.
I do. It's so funny because everything you're saying, God sent me an awakening recently. Yeah. I met these people and I've been really on it. So I've been focused on going home and I'm realizing how my presence changed the house, right? Where it's like, for example, I'll come home and I'll do a puzzle with my kids. And it's it's like you gotta, and by the way, the reason why I feel like it's so messed up right now is because everybody's so selfish.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, I want to do what I want to do. I need to live. I got to go on vacation. I need this. And it's like, dog, you can't need anything.
You think that way because we don't have community.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I've never been to Ray's house. Ray never been to my house. I'm saying to you, for those of y'all who are watching, I'm saying to you on authority that Ray nor Jamal Bryant knows the name of the person who lives 5 doors down.
Five what down?
Doors down.
I know the next.
I said 5.
No, I don't know 5.
Doors down. Because we no longer have a sense of community.
I want to.
Yeah, we recognize them and honk the horn and give them a head nod.
Yeah.
And keep going. But we don't. Our grandmothers would be able to go next door and get sugar.
Yeah.
Ask Miss Doris to loan me 3 eggs. I'm trying to make a cake for Sunday.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
Nowhere in the world. So our individualism is when we shifted from community to hood.
And you know what? And we don't want to own. So it's like, so you just triggered me because it's like, you know, we grew up on, like I grew up eating a syrup sandwich. Like I didn't want to, but I did. But I knew for a fact my kids wasn't going to.
Yeah.
But, by the way, that's most of us. Here's the one thing we forget. But we forget to give them the disciplines that we got that made us great.
Yes.
Because me being rejected by certain things in my community is what really made me go inside and said, I'm about to get up and get something. I'm not a nobody around here. And we not putting that in our kids. So you gave us the three, by the way, education, gentrification, and dismantling the system for the black ecosystem to change. But how do we change the black family structure? Because to me, like I was just talking about this earlier, like I know you haven't heard this, but I know you never seen a picture with your mom in a bikini with the caption saying, can't wait to get bent over this weekend. Right? And it's like we have so many people being them authentic selves. Yeah. I'm going to be me. I'm going to post my ass because I have a nice ass, but they not understanding the residue that comes from your kids seeing it, them thinking that that's okay. So to me, I've been on this real mission to kind of like unite the black family through orders. But like you are way ahead, man. So I'm just like, what do we do to change it? Because I'm trying to leave. So I just got a colonoscopy yesterday and I posted it.
TMI.
No, but no, it's not the
Let's stop there.
I'm a challenge. Hold on.
I don't even know where that
I'm
fits
a challenge you now. See?
That's the bikini.
Ebony, I'm gonna challenge him. Let me tell you why I say that.
Yes.
Because if you don't have men that look cool like you and I saying I did this, men that look like us or want to strive to be the man we are, don't think it's important. And as it's uncomfortable,
it's very important.
as uncomfortable it was for me to put it on social media, I did it. And I had at least 15 random guys text me or DM me like, yo, bro, what doctor you went to? Was it hard?
And I'm
like,
50-yard line.
Okay.
What won't you post then?
Well, I mean, you know, some shit you don't post, you just use the bathroom.
You posted a colonoscopy as using
No,
the
I didn't post the colonoscopy. I posted I just got one.
I'm saying, what is the guardrails?
I ain't gonna post it just finished having sex. I don't think that's a little.
No, yeah, but I'm saying the guardrails.
but here's my thing.
What he did could save somebody's life.
I'm glad that he did. I'm glad we're going there
Put
because
it in a group thread on Signal.
No, it's not the same
Where
thing.
they leave the war plans.
But can I say that?
But I don't want to just be scrolling through Facebook and say, man, Ray got a colonoscopy today.
Well,
I'm sure you helped
It was on my
somebody.
story, and I was on my story, and I was. And by the way, I'm still looking cool, and I'm like, man, look, y'all, I'm tired, but I just did it, and it's something I've been putting off. But men, we got to do it because we got to be it for our family. So it's not like I'm talking about it, but I just feel like
I'm giving you a hard time.
I know,
but
but I'm glad because I got some stuff written down, and I think like we talk about 50-50. We talk about so many things in our community, and I think it's because we don't. It's almost taboo to talk about things, right? Yes. It's like, and I feel like we got to open up the floor to talk about more stuff because, like, literally, I got these two young men. Chad works for me, Moski. They came in the office, and I'm like, it was like, you okay? I said, yeah, I'm okay, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So when it's y'all's, get it early. And it's like, sometimes, by the way, my lady's right there. She knows. I was scared to death, man. I sat down for a week. I didn't want to do nothing. Listen. And I called my stepdad.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, did you do it? He said, yeah, I did it. He said, it's not that bad, son. Stepson, just go get on there, and it's for you to be with your family, and it's what men have to do to be there for their family. And once he said that, I was like, you know what? I'm doing this because it's what we have to do, and I think black men don't talk enough about the struggles of being black men, the hard part. We'll brag on how much money we got, how many cars we got, but we won't brag on the other stuff.
I'd rather get a colonoscopy than that prostate exam.
I tried to tell the doctor to sneak it in. I was like, you think you can get that in for me?
You're going to go there. We all the way here.
But for sure.
I'm still traumatized.
And by the way, can I tell you something, Ebony? I felt comfortable saying it because he said he's on the other side of 50, and I know the man that he is, I already know he did it. And as much as they don't want to, because it's
but I didn't post it.
We don't want to, though.
I didn't post it.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I didn't want to, but I was like, for me, it was like, I need to show my kids that daddy goes to the hospital too, and daddy gets help when it's hard. Because we be men out here just dropping dead because we want to be the toughest. And it's like, you don't have to be that. No other, and by the way, that's a black man thing.
Most black men only go to the doctor when they go to the emergency room.
Yes.
Yeah, so most black men don't get an annual physical. Let me say to you, I probably wouldn't. I'm scared of needles.
Me too.
Let me say to you.
The death.
So a colonoscopy, that was the Holocaust.
Yes, to me too.
Yeah, listen.
Oh my gosh. Look at she pointed at me. Like we had to have a meeting. I'm like, I literally said, I don't like you for making. I'm like, I didn't even need it. Yeah, she's like, you got to. I'm like, I don't like you for making me. I feel like you.
The night before, I was about to do a vlog. Like, y'all, I'm turning myself in tomorrow.
Yes! Yes!
This is it. Yeah, no. So, no, I get it. I don't even remember what
can I just tell you, man? Can I just tell you? No, can I just tell you?
Yes.
I just love this. But see, can I be honest with you? This is what black men need more. Yes. It's okay it's okay, bro. It's okay. We all got to go through it. We're not alone. And the whole point is we're doing it for our
You're
families.
alone in that room, brother. I can't lie to you.
You are.
And it ain't okay.
You are.
It's necessary, but
It's
it
necessary.
ain't
Okay, I'll take that.
Yes.
It's necessary.
Yeah.
But for me, I look at our community like, so we talk about 50-50 a lot, and it's like black women and black men, I feel like we at this standstill where it's like, he need to pay all the bills and I want my money and this. And I'm like, you know, we only do that because our parents didn't do that in the house, right?
Well, I'm gonna give an unpopular
Go ahead,
opinion.
please, go ahead.
I'm gonna give an unpopular.
You're looking at his
opinion.
hand. I already know it's coming.
No, really. And I haven't even voiced this out loud. I've been
Okay.
waiting to get to you. The reality is, black women have more master's degrees than anybody in the country.
Okay.
The reality is, black women make more money than black men. So 50-50 from a black woman is gracious.
No, black women don't want 50-50.
I'm saying to you
Oh, okay.
that if they were doing 50-50 is gracious because they banking it.
They are.
We faking it.
They are. They are, bro.
Yeah,
That
we
they
grinding and
are.
hustling. And even those who ain't getting it from their job, they selling candles, waist trainers, bundles out of their trunk. They figuring out how to they selling stuff on Etsy. And I think that we are operating out of a family model from the 1950s,
That's what I was trying
not
to go.
from 2025.
And I want to ask you, how should we look at it? Because to me,
It's a team.
Let's go.
It's a team. So we got to sit down and figure out what is best for the team.
The family.
Yeah, a family. Yes, that it is not, we go into relationships with an emergency exit in mind.
I love you, man. Hey, bro. Hey, bro, keep going. Just go.
Yeah, on where it is that we're going to take. And so we have a psychological prenup
Yes.
with no lawyers involved.
Yes.
That this is mine, that's yours. But we're not talking about how we retire together, how we die together.
How we set the kids up.
How
to make
we
sure,
set the
yes.
kids up. And I think that the model has got to be different because, again, we're dealing with this Stone Age image of what a man is.
Mm-hmm.
If your woman is better with money than you,
Please manage it.
manage it.
Please. Make my life
Man,
easier.
it don't make you less of a man
No, it don't.
if she understands the stock market and I don't.
Absolutely.
You got a closet full of Jordans.
Right.
with no stocks.
No stop.
Yeah, so
Not one
need-
Nike stock.
Yeah, so I think in a team, your mindset has got to be different on how it is that you process and how it is that you build that team. That the power forward may be more necessary than the point guard.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's okay because it's always for the better of the team.
Yeah, and the team will never win as long as the team is in competition with itself.
Man.
Yeah, I'm not.
Man, when do you preach, man? It's not just Sunday. Like, when else do you
You
preach,
said
bro?
you
Like,
was in
like you need to be on the internet. I need to be watching you on the way home,
My
on the way to
wildest
work.
dream is my wife making more money than me.
Me too.
That'll
Help
take
me.
the weight
Wow.
off me.
Help me.
Yeah,
You know,
do it.
So can I ask about the journey on the way to finding this relationship,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Because there's a lot of people talking about celibacy. There's a lot
Yes.
of people talking about poly and like relationships, multiple girlfriends, multiple boyfriends.
Yeah.
Like, what's the right way now? Like, are we still like don't have sex until marriage
Yes.
in this day and age? Like,
Yeah.
You think so?
I think so. I think it's an aspirational goal that again goes into discipline. It is amazing. Even in church, we only preach celibacy to teenagers.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
It is hard to preach holiness when I say this to you. The fastest growing STD community is no longer college campuses. It's now people over 60.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah, research it.
They fucking.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
It's more screwing in the senior center than on the college. dorm.
No.
Yes.
And they don't have to use protection because
I was
nobody's
like,
getting
raw,
pregnant.
apparently.
It's just
But they new
just
to the
raw
game.
dogging the whole floor.
So they've been married for 25 years, 30 years, and now they're a divorcee or a widow, and they coming into their second win.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. I don't even mean to be crass, but I'm saying that you have to deal with what is the impact of soul ties.
Yeah.
You understand? Nobody, I'll say this, and this will be a drop the mic. Nobody who is celibate ever got charged with temporary insanity.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Want me to explain it? Go explain it? Okay, go ahead. That's great.
Temporary insanity more often is an aggravated assault that you had against your ex or somebody you dating, but it was always sexual activity involved.
Yeah.
You ain't gone crazy over a Negro you ain't sleeping with.
Got you.
Does that make
Preach,
sense?
Pastor.
Yeah.
Preach. I love that.
Yeah, and you have to ask yourself, if this is the most precious and prized thing that I have, how do I lease it without owning it? You understand? And a lot of times we have confused as adults sexuality with intimacy. Because as a man, I was never raised to know how to hold your hand. So I'm going to start with, you need a massage.
Yeah.
You got me? Because I don't know the boundaries of intimacy.
I love it.
I don't know the intimacy of a conversation. So those who don't know intimacy take you to the movies for a date because it don't require me to talk.
Interesting.
But I'm comfortable in the dark.
Got you.
You got me? So put me in a place where you're able to see me. So people who don't like intimacy prefer texting.
Okay.
Because to talk takes you at a whole nother level. I'll say to you a different way as pastor. Say you're struggling with celibacy. Before you sleep with anybody, and I'm saying as your pastor for the day, you ain't a member of my church.
Yeah.
For the day, you're a member of my church.
I'll go ahead and take
You're a grown woman.
All right.
Right? And I'm telling you, do the best you can. Be celibate. Hold it to marriage. You say, Pastor, I'm going to try. I'm going to say to you as a daughter of the church, listen, as the last stand, I know you're weak. I know you got urges. I know you're a grown woman. I know you got needs. But before you sleep with that man, ask him to pray with you first.
Look at my face. I went from smile. I went from Pastor. I did like this. When you said, you said pray. I said, I just had to be honest. I'm like,
Because praying with somebody is more intimate than sex.
Yeah.
To have a man hold your hand and pray with you will take more out of him than sleeping with you.
For sure.
My old professor said something to me that messed me up. You can find people who will help you get undressed. You can't find people who will help you put your clothes back on.
Wow.
you like this, don't you? I ain't gonna lie, man. You're really good at this.
No, I live
Now you good at it though. You're like,
No, I'm living it.
I gotta ask you a question. This is, and I asked this question to everybody before you came, and I was like, I really want to ask for this. It's like, you gonna ask for that? I'm like, I have to. You have been sitting here, and bro, you have been preaching. My question is, why when pastors get on the pulpit, do they do that? Yeah, where you go? And I'm because I'm being honest with you.
Yes.
I think that's one little thing is what's holding the youth back. Because if you preach like this, and by the way, as soon as I said it, my mom was like, that's why I love them. That's what my favorite thing about her. And I'm like, why do pastors do that when they could just talk?
Yeah, so you're in the music industry, right?
Oh, yep.
Yes. So I want to challenge you
Okay.
to have Busta Rhymes rap on a treadmill.
He won't be able to do it.
Busta Rhymes, you're in the music industry. The average song is between 3 minutes and 56 seconds and 5 minutes and 27. I am up for 35 with no hype men. So to keep that level of energy, it is not a strategic style. It is a fight for oxygen.
Wow.
That was the best answer. That's what it is. You got to get it out.
Yeah, I'm fighting to breathe.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's not how I talk. But if you put me at an incline of 5.0 and the speed limit at 4.7, and you telling me to talk to you for 45 minutes, and that 40th minute, I'm gone. So you listen to me preach, the first 13, I'm this.
Got you. It's when you start getting tired.
Yes. I'm fighting to breathe.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it. So let me ask you, what makes you, by the way, you have on a red shirt.
Yes.
And, you know, there's a huge company that you've been leading the charge on.
Here we go. I thought you was getting ready to talk about the campus. Go
Nope.
ahead.
I'm talking about the red sign with the target on it, right?
Yes.
You've been leading the charge. By the way, I've seen everybody say it, and I'm not even being funny. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
The first time I ever said I'll consider was when I heard you talking about it.
Wow. Thank you.
Because I understand that you're protecting all of us.
Yeah.
So at that moment, it's not a anger, it's not a reaction, it's a plan.
Yes.
Like, and by the way, if we have one mouth being loud about it, Target knows who they need to talk to fix it.
Yeah.
So now Target has to sit in the room with you, and now they're like, what can we do to be better? And that's why I'm getting behind it. We got to have a face to the movement. You can't just say a movement. You got to have a face or something like that. But what was your thought process with going at Target? Like, what do you want to happen? And what's the resolve? Do you have resolve? Do you want resolve? Have they reached out? I want to know what's going on with that.
Mine is overwhelming disappointment. Your mother-in-law's here. She'd be able to speak to it better than me. 9 years ago, black women went to Walmart.
Yes.
Black women made Target sexy.
They
and renamed it
Target.
Hey.
Come on, man. You don't love our sisters, man. They made it sexy and cool.
Yeah, so I want to pause and say the whole Target movement would not be effective if it weren't for black women.
Period.
Man.
Black men weren't going into Target.
Nah.
Right.
Yeah, so for Target to dishonor black women that made them wealthy.
Yeah.
I've been saying it everywhere that black people spend $12 million a day.
Yeah.
You should be paying for the whole NAACP convention.
Period.
Yeah, so for us to fight to be recognized, you ain't doing us a favor. That's good business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if, I don't know, Black and Miles came and said, hey, Backwoods, rather, came in here and says, well, we want to take care of the podcast. And you was up here smoking Cristo cigars.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, we've been with you. We bought the lights.
Yeah.
We bought the cameras. We bought you some water from a place I won't name.
Yeah.
And you out here smoking. You smoking cigar is disrespectful.
You know what I would tell them? I had a pastor say the word backwoods on the camera. That's incredible. They won. You had a pastor say backwoods. Y'all won. Y'all better be happy with me.
No, they did it. Yeah, no. So I think it's just a matter of respect. And so for us to fight for respect and decency in 2025 is absolutely offensive and is disappointing. And they have not reached out.
They need to.
$2 billion is what they have lost since December. $2 billion. Their stock now has plummeted 2 weeks ago by $12. This week, their stock has plummeted by 24. The administration of the White House, on good information, told them not to meet with me.
Wow.
Told them not to meet with me, that it was going to die down.
I was about to say
That
writing
needs to
it
be.
out.
That is crazy. The
Yeah.
White House is actually trying to stop a black pastor from getting respect for his community.
Because they understand if we take Target down, what else is coming behind it?
Everybody, white men gonna fall in
you
line.
gotta
As long
fall
if they
in.
feel like it's gonna hurt their economics, that's one thing a white man. White man is not gonna go against his
Listen.
economics for his community.
White men jump.
Yep.
Bring back Wesley Snipes.
Bring
White
him back.
Men can jump.
Yes, they can, and they will.
And they will. And so you see it. It's all over social media. It's all over the stock market. What happens when black people have a collective mind to do something? What is that impact? And I think our strength is growing because black people are saying, wow, we can do this.
Yeah.
Because when we first started, it was so many naysayers. This ain't going to last. This ain't going to do nothing.
I was one of them until I saw you talking. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw you talking, I was like, it might work.
Yeah.
Because it needs a voice. You need a big voice for the movement. Someone who's not gonna quit and let up. And I love that you're doing it. I definitely want to.
And only 1% of Disney shareholders were in favor of DEI, and I feel like it's because of that.
But having Target,
They didn't want it to happen.
you have made Disney change, stay with the DEI.
Yeah.
That
Man,
is something,
Disney, if
brother.
y'all are watching, I need some passes. You know how expensive it is to go to Disney.
Like 115. It was
Disney is
$115
high.
a person when I went like 4
No,
years
it's
ago.
300 and something now per person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
No, it's
For a family of 4, it's gonna be 1,200 and up.
what?
Oh yeah.
Yes. I tried going.
So how do you? So do you think they're gonna ride it out? Like what? If you had to make a prediction,
Yes.
how much more money do they have to lose before you think they make that phone call?
They got to make a phone call before Easter.
And you know what you can do? You can't let up.
Oh no.
You have to go louder. Like I saw you in the Breakfast Club, but you have to get loud about it because I've been wanting to do something called earn the black vote, buy the black vote.
Yeah.
I really been wanting to do this, and I just don't have I think you could do it.
You can do it.
But let me tell you what I mean. The problem with us is that we fight each other so much publicly that they know what we're thinking. Like, Jewish people could be having a whole war right now. We wouldn't know because they're going to handle it in their synagogue.
But let me pause.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me pause you, and I need all black people to listen.
Please.
White people ain't unified.
They're not.
We too hard on ourselves. There's a lot of white people that don't support Trump.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot of white people that can't stand Elon Musk.
Yep.
For us to make the movement work does not have to be 100% agreement.
Yes, I agree.
We just need enough of us to make the impact and to make a difference. But if we look for everybody to agree, our community is split over wigs and naturals.
Yeah. Yeah, now you're right.
Over incense and black soap.
You're right.
So we ain't gonna unify on nothing political. We can't organize and unify whether we're gonna be Baptist or Pentecostal.
Yes.
So we don't need everybody to do it, but we need a concerted group to say, I'm sticking to it 10 toes down.
I'm saying this on record. I am now part of the Target boycott officially
you.
because of you. Like,
Thank you.
If any,
I need that clip.
Look who clap. You see who lead it, right? See the man went at the house, be like, we gotta stop.
Yes.
I'm like,
thank you, sis. Thank you.
But you know why? Because we have to, it has to be bigger than just one person.
Yes.
And the problem is I think with us is that we lead with our chest out, not realizing we are a part of a community. Yeah. And as long as men have put the community in front of their own agenda, we'll have a healthy community, bro. Yeah. We just have to put it in front of our agenda. So I'm listening to a black man lead, and I'm like, as a black man who feel like I'm that nigga, I'm like, I'm gonna follow because it's necessary right now.
You done made my day. This is worth the price of
I didn't know that was gonna do that. I appreciate you.
Let me say to you on record, I don't care what kind of water you bring me, I'm gonna drink it. Inside joke, people. Inside joke.
Yeah. So we have this, so hold on. I have a couple things I wanna just get over. So how should, can you listen to, no, I'm not gonna ask, I'm gonna ask you a direct question. Do you listen to trap music?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What's the last? Can you just give me? I want to have it because it's funny, man. But I have a question that's serious too because it's a serious part of the question. But from the funny part is, can you just riddle us and just tell us a couple of like artists that you might listen to that are not gospel?
Let's go pound for pound. Who you want?
What you mean?
I'm saying let's go.
A Future. You listen to Future?
Let's go. Who you want?
What you mean? Who I want?
I'm saying what song you in?
He's saying Future. Would you listen to
I'm saying what song from Future?
Oh, got you.
Somebody give me something easy. Give me something easy.
No, it's you.
March Madness.
Okay.
You know March Madness?
Do you?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
You want to sing it?
Yeah, I'm saying we all in it.
Okay, let me get one I don't know because March Madness sound like another lyric.
Y'all trying to call me on the topic. Let's go.
No. Give me a good track.
Let's do a sing-along.
Give me a good trap record. I like this. He put me on the spot. No one does this. Give me a good trap record.
I want to say on record. Future, if you watching, Ray didn't know your stuff.
No, I know.
I want to say on record.
Hold on.
Future, Ray was trying to pull it up on Apple iTunes. He's Googling right now the lyrics when he caught me on the floor for the challenge. Future, it wasn't me. This your boy.
Hold on.
This your guy.
Oh, I'm looking for one. Hold on, man.
Y'all would think it's the preacher looking it up. This is Ray looking up the lyrics.
Okay,
I'm looking for a song.
Do you listen to songs with cursing in it?
Yes.
Okay, what about Waka Flocka? Oh, let's do it.
Like when they talk about...
I messed my money up. Hold on, let's do it together. I'm gonna do it first. Then you know it?
I don't know. Let's try
Where the DJ at? Come on, drop
it. Hold on.
Let's
I can play it right here. Hold on.
Oh, you have to pay for that.
How we do it? Come on.
All you have to do.
See, he waiting on the hook. I want to go on the record. He waiting on the hook.
Let's go.
How we do it?
I messed my money up.
Now, get me out my church.
Hold on.
I only know the chorus.
Oh, there we are.
Hold on.
Listen.
Listen.
We're going to do that part for the subscribers.
Okay, perfect.
We'll do that for the subscribers.
I'm like, I want to do this with you.
You get me thrown out of my church. But Future, for the record, I was
gotta
ready
go
to
there.
stand with you. He switched artists to go to somebody else.
No,
I was right there 10 toes down.
The reason why I picked March Madness is because I'm famous for telling people Future on March Madness should teach you that it sounds like another language at points. Like the way he performed, "Dirt is better than the soda though," and he doesn't want you to understand it, but you do. So for me, I picked that because it was hard, but then you got me back, so I got to give you props. That was really good.
So what he did is he pulled out of the Gullah tradition of Lower South Carolina.
Okay.
That is South Carolinian slave Ebonics.
Okay.
That if you go outside of Charleston, if you go into Kiowa Island, Mount Pleasant area, he's got to have family that's out of South Carolina.
Yes.
It just sounded alien to Atlanta, but it's just one state over. And those who are in South Carolina come from Senegal, from Ghana, from Cameroon, which is the closest place to Africa. So that's why Future, the only place he is bigger than Atlanta is in West Africa. Because they understand his lyrics.
I love you, man. You're the best. So listen, we have this segment called Broke Stories.
Yes.
You know, obviously, we can look at the shoes and tell that there's no broke things happening right now.
It's broke things
So
happening.
I'm asking
It's
you.
Future in my front.
We asked you. We want you to take us back to Baltimore,
Yes.
Clark, when you was trying to figure it out, and
Yes.
give us a moment where a broke story where you were down and you was like, and what was your thought process to get out of it, and what did you do to get out of it?
Okay, so I don't have a broke story from Baltimore. I don't want to rewrite history. No, seriously, because Baltimore gonna call me out. Yes, they gonna call me out in the comments. So both of my parents met at Boston University. So let me start there.
You come from some good parents.
Yeah,
You
both
got
of
some
them
good
met at
parents.
Boston University. My children, I just said this somewhere, my children are fourth generation HBCU students.
Amazing.
I'm clapping for that. No, that's fire.
Yeah.
That's really fire.
Yeah, so
I'm trying
I
to
didn't-
establish first generation with my kids.
Yeah,
now.
they're coming.
I'm trying to establish
so
it.
I didn't know poverty till I was in college. Seriously.
I love it.
I didn't know poverty till I was in college. My dad dropped me off at Morehouse and walked me to the front gate of Morehouse, shook my hand. Seriously, he shook my hand and said, "I've done all that I can for you.
Incredible.
You have to take it from here."
That's why daddies are necessary in the house. by
I
the
didn't
way.
understand what he meant.
Yeah, I know you didn't. You was gonna find it out though.
Yeah, I didn't understand what he meant. You understand, this is 89. Wasn't no cash app.
Yeah. Oh hell no.
Wasn't no
You had to
Zelles.
find a Western Union
I
back
was
then.
at Western
Western
Union,
Union.
Yep.
Saying, "Do y'all got anything for Jamal Bryant? Come back in an hour." Yeah, so I didn't have anything. So it was in my college years that I got it out the mud. On a dorm in a lunch card
Yeah.
was my very first time where I had to hitchhike rides to go home for the holidays. Seriously, to see anybody going to the DMV.
Oh wow.
Yeah, or else I'm eating in that cafeteria.
That's. By the way, kudos to your dad for making you a man.
That sounds good. Yeah, no.
Of course you don't like it. But
Yeah,
you
no,
know.
I didn't like it. But that was my real struggle was 18 to 23.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what happened at 23 that got you out the struggle?
At 23, I became the national youth director of the NAACP
Okay.
while being a full-time grad student. So because I had a national position, I lost my scholarship because they said I was making too much money. Yeah, so I had a car, I had a house. They had never had anybody in their 20s. Anybody who had that position before was 40s, married, was established, and Kwesi Mfume, kudos to him, gave me an opportunity. So that's when my life and my finances changed. So I became a homeowner maybe at 25. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm 52. So I've been owning homes for over 25 years.
I love that. I bought my first house at 25 too. Yeah. Can you chase the bag and honor God at the same time?
Yes. Seek ye first the kingdom, not seek ye only. Yeah, you can chase the bag, but your priority can't be the bag. People who focus on the bag will always catch it with a hole in it.
Yes.
Whenever it is that you obtain God, my grandmother, was from the projects in New York, Yonkers, New York. She taught
Yonkers.
at who from Yonkers?
Mother-in-law, she lived there.
Did you? So my mother was raised in cottage projects. Yeah, my grandmother taught at the Graham School. You're not from there. You lived.
But she lived there. But
I got it. You a transplant.
But Yonkers, if you was in the Bronx and you made it to Yonkers, you made it though.
Yes,
that's the important part.
Yeah. So my grandmother taught at the correctional school. That's how I met DMX. That's how I met the Onyx.
Yeah.
Is my grandmother was their teacher.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
true story.
crazy.
Yeah, taught DMX how to read at
Really?
the Graham School.
She probably responsible for some of them raps he wrote.
Oh,
'cause
yeah,
he taught him.
yeah. So, Mary J is from Yonkers.
Exactly.
Yeah, so Yonkers was the epicenter. Devin be thinking I'll be making all this stuff. Yeah, so it's the epicenter of a lot of Uptown records. Come on, Ray. I'm in your.
I'm in it. I
That's
love
what
it.
You do.
I got 3 more questions, but
All right,
the
come
most
on.
important one to me is how you obviously have your finger on the pulse. Like I would call you like a cool teacher. Like, you know, like you had them teachers, them pastors that are like, oh, he's just a pastor, but you a cool pastor. How do we get, I've had Brian Michael Cox on the show and he said the reason why black music is suffering so bad is because the black church is not involved in the black talent anymore. And as I'm talking to you and as time has went on since then, I'm realizing how much the church infrastructure is no longer affecting our culture, right? And for me, I'm asking you, like, what can we all do? And how can we bring urban culture and church culture back together? Because right now, our community is out of order because God is not the head of it. Money is at the head of our community.
Yeah, so it ain't the community's job, it's the churches. So I don't care if you Baptist, AME, Pentecostal, Apostolic. When the preacher finishes preaching, in any of them denominations, the preacher says one line, the doors of the church are open. And the mistake the church makes is we say the doors of the church are open and we wait for the community to come in.
Yeah.
But when the doors of the church are open, the community is waiting for the church to come out. So it's the church's responsibility to infiltrate the community.
Yeah.
And say, this is what it is that we have. The church has the best product.
Yeah.
We just have the worst marketing.
So how can we, people like myself, communities, how can we bring our communities to, like, how do we do it? Like, what can we organize? Because we are out of order in the black community. If God was at the head of our community, we wouldn't be having these conversations about money over everything. We would understand people over everything, but we put money, and that's why I think it's so out of order. So,
And how do you do it without being a member of a specific church? Because I feel like there's a lot of people that don't go to church. So it's like, how do you even get that information and do stuff outside of it if you're not in there?
You find everything else you want online.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Nordstrom don't have what you want. You don't give up on shoes.
Yeah, no, I got you. But I'm saying, so what do you believe that when you say the doors are open and what the members go out and do, like, what does that look like?
Yeah, I think it is offering what those services are. So and the church has to be doing something to offer.
yeah.
So I can invite you, you got a girlfriend that got a boy, and say, hey, I was with Jamal Bryant today. He said they got a rites of passage for your son. Take him. I bring her son through that rites of passage. She coming.
Yep.
Without ever hearing me preach.
Period.
With knowing what I offered her boy, she coming in there. Yeah. So the key is the church has got to be able to offer something and do something rather than just have church. What do you have in terms of service?
Bonus question, because I said 3, but bonus question. Do you guys at New Birth have a program that teaches about financial literacy?
Yes.
Okay.
And entrepreneurship.
Oh, man.
So
if you ever need me to come talk, I love to support. I wish you was on the south side, man. If you're on the south side, we'd be best friends. You're on the east side, man. That's so far. Shut up.
But you don't tape your podcast on the south side.
Well, I tape it in Buckhead because there's a straight line.
But you don't. I'm saying you drive to what you want.
You're right. I'm gonna come see you.
Yeah, come on
I have to.
We only talk about driving being an inconvenience when it comes to church. We will go anywhere.
Shut up. That's why I said, you got the congregation already here, like, amen.
Yes. we will drive, one of my videographers here, we will drive across town for chicken wings.
Yes, we would. I got
He claimed he don't eat chicken wings, but he gonna tell me wherever the best chicken wings are.
Baltimore seafood. I'm telling you, on the west side though. It's on the west side. No, it's off Cascade. Baltimore Seafood of Cascade. That's best wings in the city of Atlanta. I take everybody there.
Oh, I thought you said it's called Baltimore.
No, Baltimore Seafood. No, you Baltimore. What you talking about?
There.
You gotta go. Oh,
yeah,
you been there?
Yeah,
Oh, you
I've been there. I thought you were talking about a different place.
No, I'm saying Baltimore Seafood off Cascade. That's my spot for the
Now,
best
let me
wings.
ask you this.
Go ahead.
Are their wings better than trap wings?
I'm gonna say yes, and let me
You
tell you
think
why.
so?
I'm gonna tell you why.
We got to do a
Can
part
I tell
two.
you why? Listen, we should,
gotta
by
do
the
a
way.
part two.
We should.
I got to bring the trap wings. I'm staying for
I
trap
have
wings, and
Baltimore
I'm
show
from
up.
Baltimore.
I have Baltimore show up, and we could listen. I take everybody, Chastity, everybody that know me. I'm like, let me take you get the Baltimore wings.
And
by the
you
way,
think
you
it's
from
better than trap wings?
Can I tell you why? Because Baltimore Seafood is the only place where if you don't eat it in no salt, ain't no lemon pepper wet, ain't no honey mild, it's just fried wings, and that it tastes
I'm going
like.
to go there right now.
Oh, tell them right down. You said I bet.
Do they sell half and half?
Absolutely, it's
I'm
incredible.
going there right from here.
It's incredible. See, now I'm definitely coming to your church. But yeah,
How far is it from here?
it's you on the east side. So, oh, I'm sorry. Someone work off. Okay, I'm sorry. Huh?
Oh, off Cascade. Okay.
Yeah, it's like near Cascade Skating Rink. Like,
6 o'clock, it's probably about an hour away.
No, I ain't doing it.
Nah, he
Trap
doing
wings
it.
is
Traffic
5
is
minutes.
crazy right now.
Trap wings is 5 minutes away. You got to do convenience.
Listen, we got to do a taste test. I'm trying to tell you, Baltimore take.
Don't
is
threaten
so
me with a
incredible.
good time. Listen, I'm a lemon pepper guru.
I got 2 more questions. Lemon pepper guru. I'll
And
take.
he probably gonna be biased because it says Baltimore in the.
No,
in
I'm
the,
fighting for trap. I'm for the trap wings.
You better be good at Baltimore.
Them air fryer fries is hard to beat.
Jordy, for right now, just put that one there because it's just gonna be me. I'm gonna just wrap up. Because I just want to ask the GAUDs Show question, and then I want to ask. Right now. You just walk over. All right, let's go. Let's just go. Listen, man, let me get this man is. By the way, this is my favorite interview of 2025. I've enjoyed this more than anything.
Oh, listen, you done made my day.
Nah, I'm dead serious.
I'm gonna bring you wings the next time you
bro,
film.
and
I'm just gonna crash.
That's right.
Producer, call me when y'all taping. I'm just walking on set
I got
with
you.
a tray of
You ain't
wings.
got- listen, by the way, I'm make sure I have your alkaline water weight.
I'm bringing my own. I don't trust you. I'm bringing my own.
So we have this segment called Credit Check. On the GAUDs Show, we hate the term giving flowers to someone. It's like, no, give me my credit. I can leverage credit. Flowers, it's just pretty. So we ask people like yourself to give credit to a couple of people who played a role in the Jamal Bryant story.
Yeah.
The Pastor Jamal Bryant story. Who would be some unsung heroes you want to shoot some credit to?
I want to give credit to Bishop Eddie Long. Yeah.
R.I.P. to Eddie Long.
I want to give credit to him. I didn't get a chance because we went off the rails. Bishop Eddie Long paid my college tuition.
What?
Yeah. And I say everywhere, that's why mentorship is important, because he had no idea that he was educating his successor.
How beautiful is that?
Yeah, so I got to give credit to him. I want to give, because I talked about him and I don't want to go into Death Row Records, I want to give credit to Killer Mike and T.I.
Yes.
Yes. No, really, because I think they are doing what I think the church should be doing.
Absolutely. They outside more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're doing that. I want to give credit to public school teachers who are woefully underpaid, but have to operate as pastors, as social workers, as therapists, as gang counselors,
You're right.
parole officers. I want to
Step
do
parents.
That. Yeah, the step parents. And then I want to give credit. I'm not the beneficiary of it directly, but I see it in my church. But I've not seen it done, because you're talking about the reshaping of the black family. I want to give credit to 2 people, grandmothers who are raising grandchildren, who never get credit. And I want to say it on record, I want to give flowers, even though this show don't do it.
No, we gave a lot of credit. Let's get some flowers too.
I want to give flowers, soap on a rope, and a wing platter to fathers who have full custody. Because everybody talks about strong black mothers, and nobody ever gives a shout out to fathers who are doing double duty.
It's hard being a dad.
Yeah,
It's really hard. That's amazing, man. Yeah. All right. So last question. This is the GAUDs Show. GAUDs is an acronym for GOAT and underdogs. Yeah. Do you consider yourself a GOAT, or do you consider yourself an underdog? If you consider yourself an underdog,
yes.
What do you personally want to accomplish for you to say, I am the GOAT?
Yes. let me say to you.
It's hard asking a pastor that, but I gotta ask. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I'm a GOAT in training.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an underdog because I came here in 2019 to take over New Birth. And when I got here,
it's okay. Keep talking. You got you.
When I got here, I discovered that the church was 6 months from foreclosure.
Really?
When I got here, I found out they had $32 million worth of debt. We have reduced that debt from 32 million to 10.
Good for you.
When I pay that off, I'm coming back on this show.
I can't wait.
uninvited.
Let's go. Listen, you just got your invite.
No, I don't want you to invite me. I want to crash it. I want to crash it.
Emily, just hit Chastity. We'll make sure everybody here. I got you.
Yeah, I'll be wearing a GOAT T-shirt
Let's go.
with Michael Jordan on the back.
Perfect. So when you pay off, the 10 million is done.
Yes.
By the way, we need a ticker for that because first of all, when we do this show, we have obviously set right there. We got to set in another room. When we put someone on this couch, they're goated. Like because this couch is for the conversation that's going to move the entire community forward.
Wow.
And not the BS arguments or sometimes talking about music. No, this is the conversation that I'm hoping that if people watch, it's going to change your life.
I hope
and
so.
That's GOAT status to me because, when you get money and you get success, the most selfish thing you can do is not share how to do it with someone that looks like you.
Yes.
And we need more people like you, like myself, like Rocki, just sitting and telling people that it's okay to be afraid, it's okay to do all these things that we're doing, and it's okay to laugh at it and still get your money.
Still get it.
Because you still got to do that.
Still get it. I just ask, when you get it, help somebody else.
Absolutely.
Don't just get it and buy stuff for yourself or just for your family. Remember, it took a whole community to raise you.
It takes a village. And on that note, it's the GAUDs Show. This has been I'm going to say this on camera. This has probably been my favorite interview I've ever done because I'm talking to one of the greatest men of God, and I'm so aligned with it that it's like my confirmation that I needed as a man to know that I'm on the right path. So I want to thank you for that.
Thank you for letting me come.
This is the GAUDs Show. We out. Let's get it.
Thank you.
Hey, man.
That was great. Thank you, sir. Don't leave me hanging
Oh,
now.
my bad. I was
Thank
about to
you,
get up
sir.
with you.